Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today let's talk about muscle cramps. A common question asked by many athletes: what can I do to prevent muscle cramps? So if you also cramp frequently or once in a while and also want to know how to prevent muscle cramp, then keep watching this video. But before, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, as that way you can support my channel and help it to grow and reach more and more athletes like you. My mission is to help and educate athletes to fuel for peak performance. And in case you want to work one-on-one with me, then details are in the description box below. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Let's first understand what are muscle cramps. So muscle cramps are involuntary painful muscle contractions that almost every athlete would have experienced at some point of time. Some athletes experience often and simply seem to be prone to muscle cramps, while others might have experienced once in a while. So here are quick things about muscle cramping. So cramping usually hits towards the end of an intense workout or during an endurance event, because fatigued muscles are more likely to cramp. Then novice athletes are more likely to cramp because they fatigue quickly than seasoned athletes. Then muscle cramp is commonly seen in the lower leg muscles and in the hamstring muscle groups. And even when the muscles are immediately stretched to relieve cramping, cramping often returns as soon as the athlete engages that muscle. And because of the severity of cramping, this condition can take an athlete out of a competition. So then athletes, what causes muscle cramps? The exact cause isn't always known. Few factors can trigger muscle cramping. Number one, overusing your muscles, especially during exercise. Number two, excessive sweat loss with decreased level of electrolytes. Number three, remaining in a same position for a longer period of time. Number four, low levels of some minerals including sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. And lastly, inadequate blood supply to your legs and feet, which can cause cramping when you exercise, walk or are physically active. So athletes, if you're experiencing cramping or spasm, try these few tips to ease or stop muscle cramps before they start. And the number one is pretty common and most of you must be knowing but are quite ignorant about it. And that is, grab your water bottle and drink enough water. Drink enough liquids to avoid dehydration. Your body loses more water when you exercise, so ramp up your fluid intake when you exercise. Though there are mixed reviews that consuming fluids and electrolytes to prevent dehydration will prevent or at least delay muscle cramps. So even though it's not 100% guaranteed that you won't cramp, consuming adequate fluids during exercise will still improve performance. Second tip is to increase your sodium intake. Sodium should be consumed with water, and this is particularly useful for athletes who cramp often, and we lose more of sodium in our sweat than other electrolytes. And hear me athletes, replacement of water without sodium can lead to dangerously low blood levels of sodium, leading to a condition called hyponatremia. And hyponatremia can also occur in athletes who sweat a lot and simply lose lot of sodium in sweat. So athletes, high sodium sports drink can delay muscle cramps if you cramp often. And sodium can also be consumed through salty foods like salted nuts. Another tip to prevent muscle cramps is to eat enough carbohydrates. Yes, that's right. Carbohydrate depletion can lead to muscle cramps, and here's the reason. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel during exercise, and when your body doesn't have enough fuel to exercise and contract muscles, muscle relaxation is impaired and cramps occur. So athletes, it's very important to eat carbohydrates in any activity that will last longer than 60 to 90 minutes. Also make sure to consume carbohydrate-rich meal prior to endurance or an intense exercise. Another tip is to eat nutrient-dense foods rich in particular vitamins and minerals that will help decrease muscle cramps and prevent it from occurring in the first place. Some of the foods that may help with muscle cramps are coconut water, watermelon, avocado, papaya, sweet potatoes, Greek yogurt, bone broth, beet greens, fermented foods, salmon and sardines. Another thing that you can do to stop muscle cramp is to stretch your muscles in the opposing direction of the cramps. This can be difficult to do since cramps are very painful, but this works to break muscle contraction, stopping cramps. And my last tip to prevent muscle cramp is to make gradual changes in the type and intensity of the exercise to minimize muscle fatigue and potential cramps. So athletes, these were my few tips to prevent muscle cramps. Some of the other tips and strategies to prevent them are sports massage, acupuncture, then thorough warm-up prior to cramp-inducing activities, and lastly, mental relaxation techniques. Stretching and hydration are two of the best ways to prevent muscle cramps that can occur at rest or with exercise. So I hope this video has given you some insights on how to deal with muscle cramps. Then quickly let me know in the comments below if this video was helpful. Make sure, athletes, you are not ignoring your cramps. Maybe cramps happen sometimes. Remember, these are serious and needs to be ruled out. And trust me, if you follow these tips religiously, then to a greater extent you can avoid your muscle cramps. But athletes, if you're getting muscle cramps frequently, and especially if you have other symptoms of muscle weakness, then it's better to get your overall nutrition assessed by me. And in order to work with me one-on-one, you can reach out here, and details are in the description box as well. And that's all for today. If you like this video, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next week.